So this is my first look at some of the Windows 8 games, as I mentioned in my introductory video. This first one here, well, overall, any mobile market, and frankly any market in general, you can't ignore the clones. There are clones of everything, everywhere, ever when you're in mobile games. So naturally, I wanted to evaluate just a couple that are kind of shoved in your face when you first get started on Windows 8. And so for the first set here, I'm doing a Pac-Man, well, a couple Pac-Man clones. This first one is PacMan, PacMan. I don't understand how a marketplace can even let games that are clearly just ripping off and stealing other games' content onto the market, but this is definitely not one that deserves to be released. If you're gonna clone a game, at least remake the entire game. This is one of the closer to the core Pac-Man feeling looking clones that I have seen. You know, it has the core Pac-Man look, all the graphics seem to be right, and it even has the muffled, almost arcade sound, like it was literally stolen from a copy of Pac-Man. But it's really confusing. The screen size is very, very tiny for some reason, despite what resolution you're at. It just kind of shrinks your gameplay down to literally the pixels it's designed at, you know, like 240p, and then just has a bunch of pointless gray space designed for advertisements. Thus revealing another core problem I have with mobile game is the need for all the advertisements, because that's all people make them for. And then it's designed after touchscreen controls, which I might add are absolutely terrible on here. You're basically supposed to direct Pac-Man through the maze, except it's not immediately following your finger. It's not that exact, and so the touchscreen controls don't really work out all that well. You can, of course, control it with arrow keys. That's a bit tighter, but overall the experience is not very enjoyable. Plus, the ghosts do not even fully go back into the little center part before they turn back into ghosts when you eat them. Next up is PacMan. This one is a bit more aesthetically pleasing, as they actually allow the screen size to be proper. And they've done some of their original graphics, which I'll give it to them. Whenever a ghost or Pac-Man dies, the particle effect is actually really, really cool. But it honestly overall just kind of looks like a high school project I would have done. Frankly, I think I could have made this, and I might have even made a Pac-Man game similar to this in high school. Because that's the level of coding that you get to when you're in high school AP programming. That's what happens. Pac-Man doesn't even rotate or Pac-Man literally just rotates when you turn, so he gets upside down, his mouth doesn't move. This one just gave me an overall feel. It feels like a high school project, not something you should have released on a game market. That's just me.